You know, they say being a Chelsea fan is stressful these days. So yeah, what is up lads, it's CM9 here. Chelsea scrape a 2-1 victory against Watford. So, to be honest with you, I don't know how that was a scrape, to be honest with you. At 2-0, it seemed we were in comfort control. We were in comfort zone, whatever you want to call it. But how on earth did Watford get a penalty from that VAR decision into the last 10 minutes of the game? I don't know how much money Deulofeu bribed the referee to get a VAR decision out of that situation. But for some reason, Watford got a penalty and they managed to score it. And for the last 10 minutes of that game, we were scraping from the bottom of the barrel to get a result, to get 3 points. But, like I said, 3 points is 3 points, a win is a win. Yeah. So, let's just talk about the game. Let's just talk about the first half. Because the first half, I don't know how that's ended 1-0. The first half started really, really well. That pass from Jorginho to Tammy Abraham for that goal. That was almost Fabregas da Costa levels of accuracy. Like, remember how Fabregas was able to pinpoint a pass? Remember how Lampard used to pinpoint a pass to the striker? Jorginho, absolute pitch-perfect pass to Abraham. Abraham gets the ball and he just lobs it over the goalkeeper and puts it in the bottom corner. 1-0. Absolute fabulous goal. But I don't understand how that was only 1-0. And actually, you know, there's only one reason for that. And I have to pay my respects. Ben Foster had an absolute blinder in the first half. Especially those saves. Those saves against Tammy. That save against Pulisic from the corner. And that save from Mason Mount's shot from outside the penalty box where he just fingered it and hit the crossbar. Yeah, it should have been 4-0 going into that end of that first half. But it was only 1-0. So basically, Ben Foster pretty much kept Watford in the game. Because if it weren't for him, we would have been out of sight. But in the second half, then we made it 2-0 with I think it was a low cross by Willian. I think it was either Willian or Abraham, I can't remember. Willian crossed it in. And, you know, Pulisic at the right time taps it in for 2-0. That should have been game over. And to be honest with you, we should have got more goals after that. But Ben Foster in goal just kept making those saves. But then we get to this strange decision. Now, I don't know how this happened. And it was out of nothing. Completely out of nothing. I think what it was, I'm just trying to remember it off the top of my head. We were trying to get the ball out. Trying to make these one-touch passes in and around our own penalty box. I don't know why we were doing this. But Watford somehow got the ball back. And it led up to a situation where Jorginho and Deulofeu were fighting for the ball. And the end result was Jorginho just barely clipping Deulofeu's shin. And then 1 second straight after that, Deulofeu ends up diving on the deck, appealing to the referee to check the foul via VAR. And then getting the penalty decision. How the hell did he even do that? I don't understand. But it resulted in Watford getting back into the game. And then for the last 10 minutes, we were just scrambling for dear life, trying to hold on to this 2-1 victory. And it just seems a bit silly because for the rest of the game, it was pretty much plain sailing. It was a matter of when we were going to get, or when and if not, and when we were going to get a third or a fourth goal. But then when Watford get a VAR decision for a penalty at the other end and they get a goal, suddenly Watford are on the front foot and we're trying to defend our 2-1 lead. All because of a VAR decision, which was very questionable. A bit silly. But yeah, VAR, it's a very questionable thing in the game right about now. I mean, people have their feelings about it. I mean, sometimes it goes your way. There are other times it doesn't. But, you know, it's a fairly new thing in the game still. I mean, not all competitions use VAR. I think it's only the Premier League and the FA Cup and the Champions League that are using VAR. The Europa League doesn't. It only uses it up until the Europa League final. I don't know. I really don't know why any competition doesn't use VAR. I don't know. I'm not really too sure. But let's talk about the individual players on the pitch today. So Lampard went for a 4-2-3-1 formation today. He goes with Kepa in goal. Azpilicueta, Zuma, Tomori and Emerson. Emerson started. We'll get to Emerson in a moment. Jorginho and Kovacic in the midfield. two of the absolute pass masters for Chelsea right now. And we'll get to those a little bit later. Willian, Mason Mount, Pulisic as the front attacking three, and then Abraham up front. Right, let's talk about players who were absolutely exceptional. Let's start with Kovacic and Jorginho, because those two were exceptional. Absolutely, I cannot fault either one of these players. Either one of these players. The exception is maybe Jorginho right at the end where he supposedly gave away a penalty via VAR, but I don't know. It goes back to the whole penalty. We've already talked about that. Other than that, Jorginho and Kovacic were exceptional. Absolutely fantastic. Kovacic especially. He did absolutely everything that was required of him today. Lampard has literally taken all of the knowledge that he once showed on the pitch when he was a player and has implemented it into Kovacic, because everything he did, whether it was pushing the ball up forward to create chances, whether it was creating space for himself, whether it was distributing the passes over there, he was exceptional. Sorry, my apologies. I don't know why my PC decided to turn on there. But anyway, yes, Kovacic. Fantastic performance today. Whether it was passing the ball over there, pushing the ball forward to create chances, he did absolutely everything. He did have a few chances as well, which I honestly commend because, you know, Kovacic doesn't usually take chances. He doesn't usually go all out for a strike. But he did have a few chances as well. I really wanted to see Kovacic score today, actually, because I think it would have commended his absolute dominance in the midfield. The same could be said for Jorginho. That pass, that pinpoint pass to Abraham for that goal in the first half, that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. As I said earlier, it was almost as if Fabregas was putting the ball to Costa or Lampard putting the ball to Drogba. It was that kind of pass. And I tell you what, we've wanted to see that pass for a very long time from our midfield. And I tell you what, Jorginho is just doing it. My big question now is what the hell are we going to do with Kante when he comes back from injury? I don't know, because Kovacic and Jorginho just look so good in the middle, passing the ball. They look so comfortable. So what are we going to do with Kante now when he comes? What are we going to do with Loftus-Cheek? I don't know. But it's a good headache for Lampard to have, because now he has all these options to play with. And it's good because we have players that want to play for Lampard. We have players that are hungry enough to get out on the pitch and actually put in a shift. And it's really good to see these guys doing the job when players either injured or suspended or whatever are not able to play. But it's just like I said, what are we going to do with Kante and Loftus-Cheek when they both come back from injury? Like, it's a big headache for Lampard to have when you've got somebody like that out and you have Jorginho and Kovacic playing so well in the middle, doing their jobs. It's going to be tough for Lampard, it really is. Pulisic had a brilliant game. He was fantastic as well. He reminds me a little bit of Eden Hazard, actually, especially when he takes the ball and he turns on the defender and he just creates a little bit of space for himself to go forward. And he got the goal as well. Got into a perfect position to receive that ball into the penalty box to just finish the ball first time. Well, that was probably the only way we were going to be able to beat Ben Foster, to be honest, because everything else that we tried to do against Watford, against Ben Foster, he was just pulling out all the stops. He was like pulling out so many saves. So that was good from Pulisic. Tammy Abraham, excellent game. Got a goal. Was fed the ball, fantastic. Got there at the right time and to beat the keeper. Willian as well had a good game. I would say he had a good game. It wasn't as good as Pulisic though. I thought Pulisic was better than Willian, but Willian did what was required of him. Mason Mount, I think he was good as well. Like, everybody was fantastic today. Everything was great. Mason Mount, great opportunities to score. I mean, he had that chance where he took that shot from outside the penalty box in the first half and Ben Foster saved it and hit the crossbar. That was Mason Mount's best chance. But that was pretty much it. Our defence, fantastic. Kurt Zouma putting in those blocks, putting in those goal-saving blocks. I mean, I think there was two occasions where I noticed Kurt Zouma just putting his body on the line to block a shot, to prevent a goal. I mean, do you know what I think Frank Lampard has done with this team? Frank Lampard has put in this mentality where when you're off the ball, you do whatever you need to do to get that ball back. And everybody is doing that. Everybody is taking the opportunity to be off the ball and trying to win it back and trying to push forward and get opportunities. And that's what we've never done. That's what we never did under Sarri with the Sarri ball. And I guess you could say that's what we didn't do under Conte, the second season under Conte. Conte, in the first season, obviously we won the title and we had that winning mentality. When Conte changed it around, that's when we got that 14-game winning streak, and we were unbeatable at that stage. But Conte kind of didn't really have that, and neither did Sarri when he was here. Lampard has brought that mentality back where you're off the ball, but you've got to go out and get that ball back and start creating chances for yourself, creating space for yourself, and put the ball forward. And that's exactly what we've been doing. This young squad that we've got, and it's only going to get better from here. It's only going to get better. These guys are only getting experience. And when you think Tammy Abraham, going off at a tangent here, but when you think Tammy Abraham has now scored 10 goals in all competitions for Chelsea this season, and we're only in November, it's quite remarkable. Tammy Abraham is going to be some quality striker up front. Yes, there's going to be games where he's not going to score, but if you're doing the shift, if you're doing what's required as a striker to link up play with everybody around you and be that extra man, you know, you're going to have that linkage. You're going to have that exceptional play that we've been doing. Like I said, it brings me back to Kovacic. Kovacic just played like an absolute beast. I don't think he put a foot wrong in that game, Kovacic. He did not put a foot wrong. And the other thing I want to talk about as well is Emerson at left back. Emerson over Alonso every day, every week, every month, every year. I tell you what, we've missed Emerson. We really have. Emerson just offers that pace. He offers that coverage. He just does everything that Marcos Alonso just does not do. And it's like, it feels like we've missed him. It feels like we've missed somebody that can do a job. It just makes a change. And let's talk about Kepa, because if it weren't for Kepa, right at the last kick of the game, we would be going away from this game with a 2-2 draw. Because that save from the set piece. Because Watford, at 94 minutes, had a set piece. And you know how bad we are at set pieces. They played the set piece, they played the free kick, it went in, and I think it came off one of the Watford heads. They headed down, and Kepa made that absolute save that kept us that 2-1 win and got us the 3 points. Massive, massive big up to Kepa with that save, keeping the 2-1 win. Yeah, I'm quite pleased. I'm really pleased that we got a 2-1 win today because we needed it. Because obviously we lost 2-1 against United in the Carabao Cup. We really needed to pick ourselves up from that because, you know, any team would have gone away from a 2-1 defeat against Man United or any big team, and we would have dropped our heads, and then we would have gone into that next game and we would have had major problems. But the fact is that we got a win today. I mean, it was really, really important. And it just shows you right at the end as well, when Kepa made that save and the players at full time just hugged each other in the goalpost. It just shows you the mentality. It just shows you the will and the fire to get a victory, whatever the situation may be. Whether it be these lads on the back foot in the last 10 minutes, when the home team is on the front foot and they're trying to get an equaliser, and whether it's like when we're 3-0 up. You know, it's the mentality is what I love about this team. It's about the young mixed with the wise in the team and Frank Lampard just orchestrating it. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. And I like it. I really like it. And I really, really hope that we keep maintaining this. And, you know, who knows what it could bring us. You know, more could be said for Arsenal, who dropped 2 points courtesy of Wolves today. So, but anyway, yes, our next game is midweek in the Champions League on Tuesday against Ajax. So it'd be the home game at Stamford Bridge. That might be a difficult game. Now, I understand that we went to Holland and beat them 1-0, but it's going to be different at Stamford Bridge, because at Stamford Bridge at the moment, I understand that our home record at the moment is a little bit questionable. Our form at home is not great. It's not perfect. And I think Ajax may give us a bit of a game at Stamford Bridge compared to what happened in Amsterdam. So I would like to see a win against Ajax, but don't be surprised if it isn't that. I honestly think Ajax might pick a draw out of us there. But I hope I'm proved wrong. I really hope I'm proved wrong. Especially with these group of players that know how to get a result today. It doesn't really matter what the situation may be. Like I said, whether you're 2-1 and trying to scramble the victory in the last few minutes like we did today, or whether we're 3-0 up. You know, it doesn't really matter. As long as you get the win, that's what counts. We get 3 points, and we're 2 points behind Man City. Now, if Southampton could have beaten Man City at the Etihad, we'd have leapfrogged them today. We would have leapfrogged them, but unfortunately Man City turned it around and got themselves a victory, so that was unfortunate. But yeah, we go again, guys, against Ajax. Good victory today. That's exactly what we needed. And especially given the circumstances when Watford somehow got a penalty through a stupid VAR decision. And, well, we had our backs against the wall for a majority of that, those last 10 minutes. But we got a win. That was what's needed. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of the game in the comment section down below. I'm going to go ahead and watch the rest of BlizzCon and all the rest of the Overwatch World Cup matches. I've pretty much missed about half of the Overwatch World Cup matches courtesy of today's game. So, you know, football takes priority over everything else, unfortunately. So I guess that's what you got to do. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Check out my social media links in the description down below. And until the next video, I shall see you later. Hidor and peace.